You don't know how many times I've had to be saved by lifeguards because I've just been swimming and all of a sudden I just give up and just sink to the bottom because I realise that everything's kind of pointless because I don't know who the greatest superhero of all time is.
Well, we're going to save them a job by trying to figure out who is the greatest superhero of all time.
So our yellow bag is very nearly empty. Oh. It is the last episode of the round of 64. Yeah?
64?
64, that's how many people started, and 8 remain, and we are gonna pit them against one another. And if you're new to this, first of all, go back and watch all the others.
Because seriously, we're finished now.
Well, we're not finished.
Well, we're about to be finished.
Of this round.
Yeah.
Who's first? Who we got?
Hellboy.
Yeah.
Human Torch.
Okay, interesting.
Interesting.
I haven't read much Hellboy.
I've read no Hellboy.
Have you seen the Hellboy film?
I've seen both.
How are they?
They're good. All right.
Yeah?
Hellboy's an interesting character from what I can gather.
He's interesting artistically. I think it's very...
I've seen panels from the comics and things like that, and he looks awesome.
It's one of those things that I keep meaning to go and read.
Yeah.
Human Torch there's a lot of characters like him.
One of my least favourite members of the Fantastic Four. Sue Storm being my least, then Human Torch.
Okay, but doesn't that also mean he's your third favourite?
You're just a glass half full guy, I'm a glass half empty, simple as.
My point was that that character that he is, that kind of ladies' man, doesn't take the whole superhero thing too seriously, is very common.
Yeah.
So
where are you going with that?
Take some points away for that. But I think the driving force for the Human Torch is the fact that I think his power is really cool.
It is.
And it's very iconic looking. Much like Hellboy, very important the fact that they're both red. That really helps. It helps the look of them. It helps the aesthetic. It helps the panel. It lightens up the panels.
I don't know what you're trying to say by that.
The problem is, viewers of this show, that neither of us know very much about either character. So I think should we rock, paper, scissors? Let's flip a coin. Let's flip a coin. Let's flip a coin.
This is terrible.
Let's flip a coin. Okay. Heads is Hellboy. Tails is the Human Torch.
I feel like this is the worst way. We are going to get in trouble with people.
This is the first by chance entry into the next round. So
this is the wild card.
Yeah, these have got a wild card. They could win. No, catch. Wait, heads was Hellboy.
Yeah.
Tails. Heads.
Hellboy.
Hellboy is through. Congratulations, Hellboy. It was well deserved.
You could win it. I'm going to make a prediction.
If every round is like that, every Hellboy round should be a chance round.
I do not want to see Superman versus Hellboy.
Cable, Green Arrow.
Ooh, both like their tech.
Yeah, both do.
One is a time traveler, one is not. Do you like the beard? Do you like the bearded Oliver Queen or the clean shaven?
I like the bearded, but I don't like the hat. So yeah.
I think there's something...
I love the pointy beard.
I think there's something very pure about the fact that...
What has happened to it? We've just given up. We've gone to the last...
I like his beard.
So who wins?
I like his green.
The last 8 have just gone to crap. We just don't care anymore. We've been doing this a while.
There is something very pure about the fact that he is a Robin Hood, you know... It's an homage to Robin Hood, and let's make him a superhero, and let's give him a story, and let's tell a Robin Hood story in this new and interesting way. There's something very pure about that.
Yeah, I've always found the kind of Robin Hood aspect my least favourite part of Green Arrow, that he is basically just a rip-off of Robin Hood. I don't really enjoy that. Whereas, you know, Cable's this kind of completely comic book created character, something that Marvel do so well, is just creating these fucking weird characters
and
run away with
completely
it.
messing up their continuity.
Oh yeah, and Cable does that wonderfully by being a time traveler.
Yeah.
But you know, I really enjoy the character of Cable. I think I enjoy him a lot more than you do. He's one of my favourite members of the X-Men. He's definitely a character of the 90s.
Favorite members of the X-Men.
X-Men.
Pause, cheesy smile. I like his eye.
I like his arm. It's all metal.
Silver.
I actually do. I really like the metal arm that he has and the kind of the tech that he uses.
Yeah, well, I like Green Arrow's bow and his hood.
I mean,
Cable have a hood.
he's been known to.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen Cable with a hood.
Well, there you go.
Oh.
I'm excited to see what they do with him in X-Force. But I think he works much better in a team book, Cable, as opposed to on his own. Like, his stuff in X-Men, not X-Men.
I think it's actually a really hard one. We're kind of
Yeah,
it's a difficult choice. They're both very different characters.
they are completely.
It's hard to even know where to start comparing them. If I think about who I enjoy the most, if I was going to pick up a book, I do really like Green Arrow.
Cable. Don't get me wrong. I like Green Arrow. I'm a big Green Arrow fan.
I think you're right. Cable's better in a team book.
He is, but I mean, what they did with him in Avengers Sanction, I believe, the kind of AVX prelude, I thought was brilliant. I thought he was a really good character.
Oh my god, I know who's coming up.
He's just figured it out.
I know who's coming up next.
Well, let's stay on topic, shall we? Mr. Time Traveler, jumping around.
The problem is, I'm just gonna say the first person if ask me who wins, and subconsciously I'll tell you
Who wins?
Green Arrow. Wasn't subconscious. I already knew. I picked.
I know.
I think my vote.
I will give you Green Arrow just because I know the history of Green Arrow is a lot more important, and he is this really big deal, whereas Cable, he's kind of not so much, and a lot of people don't really like Cable, and I can understand why. That, and he was created by Rob Liefeld, so I'm happy to give it to Green Arrow.
We'll go Green Arrow.
Cyclops.
There you go.
There is my boy, my man, my main man.
His face is telling me this is going to be something really hard.
Elektra.
Oh no, that's fine.
I mean, there was really no one left for him to come up against, huge challenge. Elektra is great. I actually only recently read the Frank Miller Elektra.
Yeah, great in that.
I didn't like it. The art was really off the wall crazy to me.
That's the David Manzini.
Yeah, maybe. It's very similar to Dave McKean's style.
Yeah, it's very out there, off the wall.
Out there, and expressionism, impressionism even, and
yeah,
vague shapes of characters and people, and almost like the writing doesn't really fit what's going on in the book. I really like Elektra's romance with Daredevil. I like that whole dichotomy. I think she's a cool character. Again, awful movie. Did you see the Elektra movie?
No.
So bad.
She wasn't great in Daredevil, to be honest.
No, well, Daredevil wasn't great in Daredevil. We'll talk more about Cyclops in rounds to come. He's in my top 3 maybe favorite comic book characters of all time. So I'm happy that my boy is through without much trouble.
I'm so happy that wasn't against someone like Superman or Batman or someone like that, who you would have just made an unnecessary fight for. But I am, well, not unnecessary, but I don't know. I'm just saying.
Well, you hate the X-Men, so.
I don't hate the X-Men. I like Cable.
Silver Surfer.
Not enough to fucking.
Oh, don't jump in on him.
Silver
Go on,
Surfer.
Stephen, go on.
Silver Surfer.
Beast.
You hate the X-Men, so it's going to be Silver Surfer, isn't it?
All right.
Hey! How cool is that?
I almost put my Silver Surfer top on today as well.
Look at that. Oh, it's in the same way that the Luke Cage comics were kind of underneath the table last time. Hang on.
What do you mean, hang on? I wasn't speaking. You're the only one who's been talking this whole time. You sit in the corner. Leave me to it. So, Beast, very interesting character. Hank McCoy, absolutely fantastic, really intricate. I love the fact he's got this evolution throughout both.
It's like a fucking schizophrenic. Just talking over. Hang on, I've got something else to say from the other person.
I don't know what's happened to you in this last show. I mean, this last episode of round one.
I'm excited. We're through the first round.
Right, so talk a bit about Beast.
Beast, Hank McCoy, member of the X-Men.
Yeah.
What's great about
member of the Avengers as well.
What's great about Beast is, like we always say about the Robins, he's one of the Marvel characters that I can think of that is really grown. He's completely different.
He's had a complete evolution in not only personality sense, but in an actual physical sense.
Yeah, and what really highlights that is Brian Michael Bendis' all-new X-Men comics. Like, you can really, they do a really great job of showing you what Beast is now and what he was.
Yeah.
Silver Surfer as a premise is a kind of interesting, I guess, the fact that he comes to warn Earth and his story is quite sad. The fact that he's
sacrificed himself to stop his people from being...
Yeah, but even though he kind of triggered it, right?
Yeah.
There's something and he's a kind of sad character. Another terrible movie. God, there's so many bad...
To be fair, Beast wasn't great in X-Men First Class.
Oh, I like Beast.
Bad makeup. Bad makeup.
I don't agree. Oh. I liked him. I mean, he looked nothing like...
I preferred the X-free Fraser.
God, I don't even remember Beast in them.
He was literally in it for a little bit.
Okay, crunch time. I think, even despite the Silver Surfer t-shirt, I think Beast is the much more interesting character. And I feel like, you know, with all this X-Men hate, we've got to put...
Where's the X-Men hate? So many members of the X-Men have gone through. Leave me alone. Next one.
That's it.
Oh, that's it!
Hey!
We're done.
That is the first round. Everyone in the round, it's good. Shit gets serious now.
Oh, it's gonna get serious.
Shit gets really serious. So join us again
in round 2. Woo! What happened to you?